Yo, what is up, guys? ShinobiEevee here, back again with another video for you guys, and today we got to talk. This is a video that needs to be made. This is something that just Honkai Star Rail players or just gacha players need to hear in general. And some of what I'm about to probably say doesn't probably apply to every game, but mostly with this game, Honkai Star Rail. Like, we gotta get some things out of the way here. So if you guys do enjoy the video, and everything like that, or take at least something from this, then hey, I think I've done my job here. I think we're all good. But like, all right, like first thing, before we do anything, I'm gonna show you guys where I'm at currently in the game. So currently right now, I hit level 40 I think a couple of days ago. I think I got like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 characters to 8. Okay, I overdid it. I got like 8 characters to level 50, almost 7. So I got like a couple of characters to level 50, some level 40, and I kind of just stopped there because resource grind and everything like that, and I'm taking my time with it, granted. So level 40, still have to do my, quest for that. Got all the stuff done, I'm done with main story. So like, you guys see where I'm at. Basically at the point that which we're about to get into as far as the topic of this video. The point where basically it becomes a resource grind, essentially. And it's like resources just start to get real scarce, and at this point you would probably want to start focusing on getting trace materials, focus on like 1 or 2 teams that you're gonna build and everything like that. And the one thing I've been hearing a lot, this is what we're gonna talk about today, is the resource kind of problem in this game. And yes, while I do agree with y'all that the resources they're giving out is not a lot, you gotta understand that this game is a gacha game, and Hoyoverse wants you to spend money. That's literally the whole. The game is literally designed for you to try and spend money so you can progress farther into the game. That's literally what they want you to do. That's why the resources are so low in the first place. Now, I don't know if they did this intentionally, but I'm just going off of what I've done. I played Epic 7, I've played Soccer Spirits, I've played Summoner's War, I've played a whole list. I got Sword Art Online on my phone right now. I've played a whole host of gacha games, and the one thing they want you to do is be able to spend money in this game to get farther into the game. They want you to do it, because once they can get you to spend even $1, then they know they got you at that point, because then it's going to go from $1 to maybe $9, and then so on and so far. Like the rabbit hole just gets deep and deep. They want you to spend money in this game. That's why the resources are the way they are. That's why this game is the way it is. And I feel like the problem that people are having here, and the reason why it's like this, and the reason why people are having the issue that they are with this game when it comes to the resources and everything, is because, I don't know, I can't say this, but it's because, for one, I'm assuming that most of these people are just trying to purely just grind this game like it's an MMO RPG, and there's just endless stuff to grind. You got endless, like, you don't basically have Trailblaze. Like, they're trying to act like you don't have Trailblaze power, even though we do. We got Trailblaze power. We gotta go, spin, and it's limited. And people aren't acting like that. People are acting like we got unlimited Trailblaze power, and then when they run out and realize that they barely did anything, then it's like, oh, resource grind. Like, it's a gacha game. It is a gacha game, just like Genshin, just like any other game. It's literally just built that way. It's literally built that way. And with this game, it's even worse. Not like saying the game is worse, but it's even worse because, keep it a buck here, this game's only been out for maybe, month and a half? Like, there's not a lot to do outside of doing your grinding and everything like that. Simulated Universe is good endgame content though, and the Forgotten Halls is good endgame content. But other than that, the only thing you can do is grind your resources every single day and get off. Like, that probably takes, especially if you're done with the story currently, like doing what I needed to do today, for instance, like outside of my main quest, which I still need to do, which isn't going to be hard to do. This isn't going to be hard to do. But outside of my main quest that I needed to do, this doesn't take that long. In fact, me personally, when it comes to my dailies and stuff like that, between this game, Genshin, and Honkai Impact 3rd, I probably spend more time on Honkai Impact 3rd than both Genshin and this game combined, just due to the fact that A, we're waiting for Fontaine in Genshin, and B, we're waiting for the next story part in this, and even the event in this game, I already finished it. Like, if I go here to Dr. Dig, right here, we go right to Dr. Dig, I'm done. I am literally done with this. This is the event that they had going on, you know, currently for, you know, the banner and everything like that, and I'm done already. I'm literally done. At this point, it's just back to, you know, back to normal outside of my quests that I can do. Like, the only thing I have to do, it's not like I don't have anything to do, because I'm taking it slow, but outside of my assignments and everything that I'm doing right now, that's pretty much it. Now, you might be asking me, now at this point, what is the point of this? So, like, what am I trying to get to? My point is, and I'm just going to make it short and sweet, people need to stop treating this game like you can just sit here and grind it for hours. Like, this game doesn't have an endless grind that you can do. It doesn't have a lot of content in it at the moment. And even then, if it did, you still can only do so much before you either have to start spending money in the game in order to continue on, or you would end up having to just run out of all of that Trailblazer power. Like, eventually, you're gonna have to stop playing. I feel like people have went into this game with the mindset that this game is gonna have an endless grind, and, you know, I'm gonna be able to sit here for hours and do stuff, and that's just not the case. Now, granted, as far as story goes and everything, like, the first maybe 100 or so hours of this game that you will be grinding, if you're new, will be good, but after that, that's it. This game's only been out for a month. We've only got one update so far, you know, 2 worlds that we could visit so far. It's not like Genshin that's been out like for 2 years, like if you're a new player, and that you could just go in and have just months, just absolutely like months, how maybe even years, depending on how much you grind of content. I feel like that's something that just needs to be said, because a lot of people are running into the trap, especially content creators, where they want to show all this stuff, but they can't because the game limits them from doing that. And the only way you can progress, even at that point, once you get to a certain level, in this case being level 40 to 50, and sometimes even level 35 to 40, you know, like, the resources that you get, it's just not gonna last. It's just not, like, it's gonna cost you more to basically, you know, do these showcases, do these, you know, builds and stuff like that. And this is talking as a content creator, and that can also, especially if you really like, you're just went hardcore in, like, that could literally lead you down the trap, because you're just pushing through the game, and then you hit a point where it's just like, the resources I'm getting aren't enough. Like, I'm only able to do so much. Like, I'm only able to, like, for maybe 10-15 minutes a day, and then get off, and that's just kind of what it is. I mean, it's the same thing with Genshin right now. I'm already caught up with Genshin, and I started like a year ago. And that's because I bum rushed through it. I didn't spend money to do it, but I just rushed through it, and now all I do is I hop on there, I do my dailies, I use my resin, and I get off. And it only takes me maybe 10 to 15 minutes depending on what I do, sometimes shorter. It's literally the same formula. It's literally the same formula. Only difference now is between Genshin and this, or even Honkai Impact 3rd, is this game is brand new, so there's not as much content as Genshin, and you're on top of that, you're gonna hit that resource wall a lot faster. It's the same thing, and I feel like it needs to be said that when this game in particular, especially, people need to stop treating it like an MMORPG and start treating it like it's a gacha game, because these games are built to, once again, take your money, and what's the easiest way for you to do that? Or for them to do that? Well, limit you. They want to limit you, especially if you're free to play, so that if you want to progress even further, if you want to do that, you either have to do one of two things, which is spend your currency that you use in order to summon, or basically just buy the currency. Well, yeah, that's basically it. Just like buy the currency so that you can summon, but instead using that to get through the game, to get like artifacts and relics and stuff like that. And that leads me to my next point, is when it comes to artifacts and relics, I'm going to show you guys what I'm using currently, what I basically use to clear pretty much all the way up to Simulator World 5 so far, but that's mostly because I've been taking my time, and then up to the I think it's like level 9 of Forgotten Hall. So I'm just going to show you what I've been using, and this is, you know, I haven't gotten no gold artifacts or anything like that, so let me just show you. For instance, my Seele, who I got, which lucky me, I guess, but I'm not using like any crazy 5-star light cones or anything like that. I'm using mostly 4-star light cones that I've been pulling from just free playing, And then as far as relics, like I'm using like 3-star relics, you know, 4-star relics for my main stuff, but I'm not like going out there and farming relics. I'm mostly farming either materials for traces, because I'm going to need these in the game. In fact, me personally, when it comes to this game, I feel like you should have a checklist of stuff that you need to do when it comes to this game, especially once you start hitting the level that I am. You need to have a checklist of what stuff do I need, and how long is it going to take me to get there, and so on and so forth, because, you know, at this point, it's going to get to that, you know, whole thing with the resource grind where it's going to be like, you can only do so much a day. So I feel like, you know, you should start, basically, if you're around level 30 to 40, you should start farming whatever resources you need, like these, anything like that. I need to start doing that myself. I've been kind of doing it, but at the same time I've been building teams, so that's also that. But at this point, my whole goal after I get done doing my trial is going to be resource farming. I'm not going to go for relics. I'm not going to do anything crazy, because for me personally, I feel like the only thing you need to do in this game currently is just have the pieces to the puzzle to where you can clear content. You don't need to be doing no crazy damage, you know, crazy crits. You don't need to have these gold whatevers. You know, you just need to have enough to be able to clear the content. And if you want to go even further than that, go ahead, but just understand that the resource grind is going to kill you. It's just gonna kill you, bro. It's gonna kill you, because you're gonna realize sooner than later that you're not gonna have enough trailblaze power in order to do what you were trying to do. It's not gonna last long. It's like trying to artifact farm in the beginning of the game of like Genshin Impact. It's just not happening. That's late game. That is late game stuff. That's like when you start hitting level 50 and everything like that. But once you're around like level 40 to level 30 to 40, or hell 30 to 50, you need to be focusing on getting these materials, so that once you hit those levels, once you start getting these characters to like level 60, level 70 and everything like that, you will have this stuff already, so you won't have to waste trailblaze power on it later when the resource grind is crazy and you're trying to get these art, like, you know, crazy relics and stuff like that. So there's that. But other than that, I think that's pretty much gonna be it. And, you know, me personally, this game, I feel like it's good. It's good. Like, don't get me wrong, this game is good, but it's not made for you to be sitting hours on end to play it. That's basically the conclusion I've come to, you know, before I made this video. Like, this game is made for you to get on, maybe do your 30 minutes, or maybe, it really depends how new you are to the game, and then hop off. And like, I feel like a solution to this is, if you want to grind more, like, have another game to play. Like, for instance, me, this isn't my only game that I play. I have Honkai Star Rail, I have Honkai Impact 3rd, which has a lot of story going for me, especially since I'm new. Like, that's got a lot of good story going for me. Genshin Impact, you know, I play that. I can do a lot of creative stuff with that, especially since I'm free to play. I got Epic 7, I got Bleach Brave Souls. Hell, I got games on my Switch I can grind out that have endless resource grinds, like Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet and Alicization Licorice, like MMORPGs that are built for that kind of grind. This game is not built for that kind of thing. The only thing that's going to happen if you try to grind like it is an MMORPG, and that this game doesn't, like, you're just going to end up spending money in the end, and it's not going to end well. It's just not going to end well. So my advice to you is, I know it sucks. I know it feels like I just want to grind on this game, but, you know, get on here and, like, get in the mindset that with gacha games especially, the end goal is for them to get you to try and spend money on the game, and that they're going to limit you no matter what. They're going to limit you. They're not going to allow you to basically just go through the game and just grind endlessly, because otherwise how else are they going to get their money? A, and B, if you do that, then you're basically going to end up doing what Genshin players were doing, where basically before Inazuma came out, they had already had maxed out artifacts and everything like that, and, you know, it's not good for business. That's just all that's going to happen, and they're not going to allow that. There's a reason why these games are made that way. So I think that's pretty much it. I know it sucks, but at the end of the day, you know, my solution is just have more than one game to play. Have more than one game to play, or if you want, like, if you like grinding or something like that, just find a game that you need to, you know, grind or something like that, and just get on there and do it. That's what I do when I get on with this. You know what I do? I get on Pokemon Unite, I get on Epic 7, I get on another game that I know I need to grind, that can, you know, keep me occupied for a couple of hours, so that I don't be feeling like you know, oh, I was only on here for 15 minutes and, you know, that's it, or whatever like that. So, you know, I feel like that's pretty much going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know I didn't really do much other than just mostly talking in this video, but I feel like this just needs to be said, because a lot of players are going to hit this point eventually, and probably going to see a lot more people talking about it. In fact, the reason why I'm talking about resource grinding, especially in this, was the fact that this is the most talked about thing, because a lot of people are hitting that point where it's like 40 to 50, 50 to 60 Trailblaze level, or whatever like that, if you're even that far. Like, if you're that far, holy crap. But it's hitting that point where people are like, hey, like, I don't have much to do in this game, and I want to progress further. I want to make builds and stuff like that, but I can't. It's like, you gotta go in this with the mindset. It's a gacha game. The game is basically, you know, I would say never ending, because there's gonna obviously be an end to the story, but it's like the game is based on updating the story and then moving by that way. So just keep that in mind, especially if you're new. And without further ado, if you guys did enjoy the video, you know, leave some feedback down below on what you guys think. And ShinobiEevee sign off. Peace.